So I'm experimenting with my DSLR, a really old Canon Rebel, the T2i model, because I always do my videos with my phone, but I have this nice camera and I use it for my photography, but I've never used it for video. So I'm gonna try that out. So here's the first test of using it for video quality, audio quality, etc. But today's video will be an art-related video. For Mother's Day, I got my mom a bunch of art journaling supplies, and I got myself a lot of the exact same supplies so that we could do some art journaling together. I make these little daily messages pretty much every morning as part of my morning routine. So I do have an art habit now. I do have a creative habit now. And the art journaling will allow me to experiment on bigger pieces of paper and with more toys. I got us some stickers, double-sided tape, Mod Podge, collected a couple of magazines that we can use for collage. We both have a set of watercolors, and she actually got us some watercolor pencils, so we're experimenting with those as well. We've got some acrylic paints between us, and a number of other things. I just wanted to make sure that we were both well stocked for pursuing a new form of creativity. Today's video is going to be starting the new art journal. The journals I got are this Grumbacher, that might be how you pronounce it, it might not be, mixed media journal paper. So it's thicker pages so that we can paint on them without it tearing or anything. And then they also have this cool feature where you can take them out. You can take the page out of the journal without ripping it, and then you can put it back into the journal, which I think is really cool. So I think what I'm going to do today is somewhere in the beginning of my journal, do an intention page of what the journal is supposed to be about. So basically just put my intention of each piece I create at the beginning of the journal, give myself permission to experiment and make mistakes and not be too much of a perfectionist about it. Then the rest of the pages will just fill up as I want them to. So come along, watch our process.
So as I just said, I decided to start this art journal with an intention page. So I spent some time jotting down what my intention might be, and then we started looking through the magazines and cutting out letters. I really wanted to have kind of that cutout letter collage effect on this first page, and I hadn't really done this kind of collage probably since I was a kid in like elementary school or something, and it was really fun and also surprisingly tedious. And so after I had a fair amount of letters that I needed, I decided that I would start coloring the page. I knew that I wanted to do like a full color background, and I used my Derwent watercolor pencils for that, and I chose colors that would make a very nice, pleasant rainbow in the background. And so I colored that in and then watercolored over it and waited for it to dry, and of course cut out more letters while it was drying. And then I took my Elmer's glue stick and started gluing down the letters into the words that I had jotted down as my intention. I found this to be incredibly tedious and taxing, and it was fun, but also the letters were quite large, and spacing them out properly on the page was taking up a lot of space. So I ended up having to kind of change my intention a little bit and shorten it so that it would all fit on the page. And I decided that only, the first half of the intention would be in the cutout letter collage, and the rest of it would be handwritten in. In addition to the watercolor pencils and the cutout magazine letters, I used Sharpie in various colors, mostly black, and washi tape of varying widths and patterns and colors. And then I let it dry overnight. I added some doodles. I really like to fill a page. Like, that's kind of my favorite thing, whether it's my mini pages or these bigger ones. I like to have a nice full page, and so I might have gone a little bit overboard, but that's okay. That's kind of the point. It was the first page in the sketchbook. I also decided to paperclip a small envelope with the rest of the magazine clippings in it to the front page so that I could easily access those anytime I've needed to. And I actually have some of the pages in the back of the book have been filled since this first page was filmed, and having these pieces already cut out was really helpful. So my biggest advice for starting a new journal, a new art journal specifically, is to have fun with it, to be free with it. I do like the idea of some kind of intentions page to basically give yourself permission to experiment and to mess it up and make it pretty, make it ugly, try new things, etc., etc. I also really enjoy layers and mixed media. I would recommend giving those a try as well. Just getting back to our roots as kids, like the crafts we used to do in school and at summer camp and all those things. They were fun then and they're still fun now. So definitely give that a try. And the more materials that you have on hand, the better. You'll notice that this giant table that we have is completely filled with all kinds of colors and materials, mediums, and more. I'm of the opinion that more is more and more is better when it comes to this sort of thing. So this is my final intention page. It might be hard to read. It does say, "This is my space to experiment with new and old things. Leave the judgment at the door and have fun." My mom's intention page said something along the lines of, "Make sure to play every damn day," which we think is hilarious and makes us laugh. And it's a really good motto for life. So I would definitely recommend that you experiment with it, have fun, and send me what you do. Send me your intention pages, DM, or tag me in them if they're on Instagram or whatever. I would love to see. Thanks for watching this video. If you've made it all the way to the end, I cannot believe it. I hope that you subscribe to my channel, because if you've made it this far, that's pretty good. I do talk about art a little bit in my vlogs, and I will be having a sketchbook tour coming for this little mini guy here in the next week or two. It depends on how long it takes me to do that in addition to all my other work. But I'm excited to share him with y'all. Look how fat he is. Thanks for coming on this art and creativity journey with me, and I would love to see your art journals. Bye!